So fuck your God, fuck your God, fuck your God, fuck your God. God damn it. Hi, Eric.
That was the best I've ever heard you sing in my life.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I can't carry a tune in a bucket with a handle. So this is Matthew of the Odd Atheist Friends, and over there in the fucking biggest flyover state is Eric. Hi, Eric.
Hi, Matthew. I just want to say, fuck your God, too. Just fuck everything. Fuck everybody. Fuck the world. I'm just going to have, this is going to be an entire show of fuck yous. All right? That's what it's going to be.
Fuck Donald Trump. Fuck the Republicans. Fuck the Christo fascists. Fuck all them motherfuckers with a cactus and a dick hole.
Yes. Or the asshole.
Dick hole.
Maybe
because
they don't have
there's
no
women, like hardly any women in the Republican Party. So that's why I said, fuck you in the dick hole.
Fair point. Fair point.
So, and it's like, what is it? Republican TV. I mean, Fox News. I mean, Fox, quote unquote, news. Propaganda are us. Propaganda is us. Is there anybody who's not white on that network at all? Maybe.
I think there's a couple of tokens or something.
Really?
I
know like all the women that they've got, like 99%. There might be one brunette. All the rest of them are blonde.
Wow, we're racist even with our hair.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. So, so the fucking shit show just keeps getting fucking shittier. Just no other way to say it. Trump is a fascist. Did you hear today he signed 2 executive orders that gives him final line approval on roads and pipelines?
No, I did not hear that.
Think about that. That happened today. By the way, today's Wednesday, right? So Wednesday. It's weird we're recording on a Wednesday, but well, now it's weird for us recording on a Wednesday, but it's coming up on Easter 2019 for anybody who would want to listen to us back in audio land, for, if they're listening to us in archive, whatever. But I'm just saying, him giving final approval to roads and pipelines is huge, because he says that he wants to bypass all of the committees and groups and that kind of stuff and not slow down the process. Now, don't get me wrong. In some ways, I agree with some streamlining and where it can be. But if he just decides, yeah, let's do the road and the pipeline without any due diligence, that's a problem. And him saying, I have final approval is another check-in. Fascism is us.
Yeah. There's a lot of problems with that.
I'm just saying, so we've got the Mueller report that's supposed to be released tomorrow as we record this. And so for something that totally exonerates him, now I understand, they don't want to compromise any investigations ongoing, but a 200-page summary or whatever of a 400-page report that exonerates him, that's redacted, I don't get it. The Starr report, again, for Bill Clinton's blowjob was released immediately to public. That's basically what it came down to, is that the Republicans are pissed off that Bill Clinton was getting oral sex.
Yep.
And so nothing happened because of that. I mean, don't get me wrong. There was a lot of bullshit that went on. And the Republicans are still pissed off. So you still hear about that bullshit. But anyway, so for something that's no collusion and, he did nothing wrong, he sure is wanting to hide it and his taxes. And so what the fuck? I'm just saying is, he said he would never release his tax. Why? Why won't you release your taxes? Why won't you release the report? What the fuck?
I don't know.
I can't tell you, but it's just, everything just keeps getting more broken and fucked up as we go along. But in the same way, I think we kind of see it as that we have to worry about getting rage fatigue. But at the same time, it's like there are so many things that would be the major catastrophe controversy that would be in any other White House that would last for months, and we just get new ones every day. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a gigantic clusterfuck, and I'm mad and I'm tired of it.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And speaking of bad stuff, the transgender military ban went into effect recently.
Yeah, I know. God damn it.
Yeah, and I was under the impression that any transgender person already in would be grandfathered in.
Nope.
Incorrect. They changed that. They're just out. And the only way you can serve as a transgender person in the military is if you've never gone under hormone therapy or had surgeries and you're not out. Essentially.
So being a closeted person.
Yes. That's how you can be trans into the military now. And this has affected approximately 15,000 people in the military.
I know at least one personally.
So that's insane. Like, that's insane. It's insane.
Yeah, it is.
That's all I can really say.
You know, this is the thing where it's like, I don't think that our current presidency was ever even dreamed about by the founding fathers or anybody else. Even 4 years ago or 40 years ago with the Nixon White House, that nothing would, I mean, at least then there was at least lip service given to the functioning of government and the separation of powers. And that's not what's going on now. What he's saying is just how it is, and you can go fuck yourself if you're not a cisgendered person in the military. Hell, I know people that I've seen who don't even want women in the military. We're fighting that again.
We are. We really, really are, because I've seen that too, and it's just like I'm sitting here existing, you know, as a trans person. But even if I wasn't a trans person, just existing in this life and having like this trans military ban thing, and like I'm not personally affected by it, I suppose. I'm not in the military. And no one I am close to is trans and in the military, so I'm not really affected by it. But I'm just thinking about how, like, in the past, when we banned people from the military, or we had Don't Ask, Don't Tell, or we had no women in the military, or we had no black people in the military, etc. Like, those were way back, like not that way back, but like,
don't
just
ask,
thinking
don't
about it.
Tell. I'm sorry.
I'm just thinking like how those like were major things, especially no black people in the military and no women in the military, and how those were just normal things that we had, and we didn't think twice about them until we finally changed them. And now we just have this thing where it's like it's like when we look back in history, I think in the future, hopefully we're going to look back at this and be like, what the fuck was happening? That is a gross way to treat people, you know?
Yeah.
That's what this is going to be in the future.
I hope. I really do. What was it? I saw something to the effect that the hope is that future people are going to look back and go, because of this, we enacted these particular laws to make sure that things don't happen. What was it? I can't 100% remember if it's true or not, but I think Trump, as soon as he got into office or shortly thereafter, because there's been so much that's gone on, he rolled back some of the protections to stop mega banks from crashing the fucking economy again, like it happened in, what was that, 08, 09?
Yeah, I think so.
And so, but Trump rolled back some of those protections, I believe. And it's like, I look at all of this stuff. You've got somebody from the coal industry who's in EPA. You know, you've got DeVos, who's never been in education, but who's been a big proponent of church in schools as education secretary. Everything that's a cabinet position is somebody who wants to get rid of it or curtail it in somehow. And so it's like, you know, and Trump's also said that he was the biggest person on the environment. Nobody's better for the environment than me. He said that again the other day.
Oh my
and
God.
So it's like, really, when you're rolling back all kinds of environmental protections. Okay, total side point, but it's kind of on the same thing. The Notre Dame Cathedral just burned like the almost entire roof of it off. And I myself look at it as, while I hate the Catholic Church with a vehemence that few can match, because it's nothing more than a child rape cabal, and they've been covering it up for literally for centuries. Anyways, the church has been around. That cathedral has been around for 800 years. Now, my view of religion and the Catholic Church is separate from the building itself. It's a beautiful old building, and a lot of times the church sponsored these things because they were beautiful works of art, and they do have works of art in them in themselves, like the flying buttresses and that kind of stuff that they did was instrumental and groundbreaking in how they did things. And construction has evolved off of that to today. You can still see flying buttresses in other buildings today and around the world and all that kind of stuff. Anyways, I am not dancing a jig that the church burned, okay? I see it as a tragedy for the reasons of an 800-year building burning with all of this art and, that kind of stuff. Did you hear what Trump said about trying to fight the fire?
No.
He said he wanted to fly in some tankers and drop water like they do over wildfires.
All right.
One of the French firefighting associations said, if we do that, we will destroy everything inside the building and collapse the church. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that every time he opens his goddamn mouth, he puts his foot in it and chews vigorously to his non-existent balls.
Pretty much.
Every goddamn time something fucking happens, he says literally the worst fucking thing you can think of. What was it? One of the things that, the Charlottesville, good people on both sides.
Oh my God.
The hurricane in Puerto Rico, he's fucking throwing goddamn paper towels or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah.
He literally says and does the worst possible fucking things and eggs on the worst people to fucking do it. These fucking fascist assholes like the children in cages with fucking Mylar blankets. They might keep you warm, but like kind of through your own body heat. There's literally nothing to them. It's Mylar. It's what, a millimeter thick, something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyways, not even a goddamn wool blanket, that they give these people. What
goes through his head?
Nothing. That's the point. I heard somebody say it, that he is post-literate. He got through enough to make him seem like he can function in society, but according to people, he's told colleges to not release his school records. But there have been several instructors, several of his teachers, at least one that I can think of, and I think possibly more. I'd have to look. I'm sure it wouldn't be that hard, but I'm too lazy to do it right now. But at least one that I know of has said that he was the dumbest goddamn student he ever had.
Well,
he bragged about never opening a book in college. Bragged about it.
Did he pay? He probably paid.
I'm sure he did. And his dad paid instructors to pass him. Hey, a D is a passing grade and we'll get you a diploma. It's like, what do you call the dumbest people? What do you call the dumbest student who graduates medical school? Doctor.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
that's some shit.
I'm sure it's kind of the same thing where it's like, as long as he fucking passed the class, Daddy didn't care, and he got his fucking degree.
Oh my God.
Have you heard about this guy, Buttigieg? The mayor of South Bend, Indiana.
He's gay, right?
He's openly gay, and he's the first openly gay person to hold public office in Indiana. And so he, in Indiana, he's the first openly gay person to hold. And South Bend is a major town in Indiana. It's Chicago area. I mean, you can get Chicago radio and TV in South Bend.
Okay.
So it's pretty close. But anyways, Indiana's fucking Indiana. It's conservative as shit, you know. It's where fucking Mike Pence came from. And Mike Pence is from Indiana. And he's the first openly gay person to hold office in Indiana, at least in South Bend. And so now he's running for president. The guy speaks 7 languages, is a classical pianist, and he's a military veteran. He served in the Navy. He was an officer. He was an intelligence officer.
Damn.
For that alone, I would vote for him if he was a Democratic nominee. For that alone. He's not a fucking idiot. He's not a fucking... I don't want to say he's smarter than a pastry because that gives pastries a bad name, talking about Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I sidetracked you on gays in the trans in the military.
No, I was done with that. I was just
know, as somebody who lived through the enactments and then right after I retired, the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell, I've said before that I was asked directly when I went in, when I went to delayed enlistment in 1989, if I was directly a homosexual. I was asked directly if I was a homosexual. And of course I said no, because I'm not. But anyways, if you would have said yes, you would have been denied. They wouldn't have been able to go in. However, there were people who I knew who were, the people who show gay.
Yes, Queen.
Yes, Queen. I knew a couple of people of them, but nobody fucked with them because nobody gave a shit. You know what I'm saying? We've talked about this before.
Yeah.
But when Don't Ask, Don't Tell happened, people couldn't ask you and you couldn't tell. But if it came out, then you were gone. And like instances we've said, I've known somebody who got kicked off the ship within a day, was gone after saying he was bisexual. So the end of Don't Ask, Don't Tell in a lot of ways mirrors the end of segregation in military, because it's a huge milestone. It's about civil rights, and being able to be openly gay is a civil right. And so whether or not I'm gay or not is irrelevant. I want all people to have civil rights. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm talking about. And so for these people who are trans and in the military, I don't think that affects at their job, them doing their job at all in the slightest. It's no different than being gay to me. It's no different than being black. If you can do your job, you can do your job and judge the person fairly on how they do their job. You know, you've got people who will, that incident. Did you ever see the movie Men of Honor with Cuba Gooding Jr., who was talking about Master Diver Brashear, who was the first black man to go through diver school and become a diver? I met him once, and it was an honor to meet the man. And I wish I would have known about who he was before I met him. But anyways, that incident where they cut his project open and dumped it in the water, they did that. All he had to do was to complete the project. It didn't matter the time, but he had such a good grade. All he had to do was complete the project. It took him 9 hours and he nearly froze to death in the water, but he did it. And so this is the same kind of shit. I mean, that was some bullshit, but if there would have been something wrong with the project, they would have failed him and they would have had cause. But it would have been one of those ones where if it would have been a white diver who maybe didn't have a washer on it, that's not going to really affect anything in the grand scheme of things. but it would have done it for Master Diver, Master Chief per share. I'm just saying that's not a fair comparison. It's got to be fair across the line. And equality for everybody seems like oppression to the people who've always been in power. And that's what these white Christo-fascist assholes who are running the country and the people just around the world, just around the US, that's what they're fucking thinking of. Because they see the rise, and I don't even want to say it's rise, is because they are finally getting the human rights that they deserve to have, and they see it as them losing their power. Yeah, you are. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And so equality is not oppression, but it looks like that to the people who've always had it. So, like I've said before, fuck you with a cactus in the dick hole.
Yes. Fuck you. Fuck all of you. Part of me really hopes and wishes that, and prays, just kidding, that, no, I hope that some portion of the people that follow these kinds of things, these beliefs blindly and ignorantly, because it's easier. It really is easier. And I hope that some form of education, maybe knowing someone that's gay or trans or whatever, I hope something will bring them to the light, to the realization that, like you said, being gay, being openly trans, being a fucking human being and treated equally no matter what you are is a civil right. So I don't know what it's going to take to get more people on board with that. I think it's just a lot of fucking education, a lot of patience, and we don't have fucking time for that. When fucking trans people are getting murdered every day, and trans people just all got kicked out of the military, and people's lives are being affected by this shit and all this ignorance, and it's just fucking sucks, okay?
Black cherry.
You just had Mike rubbing all over your face.
I just had Mike rubbing all over my face, yeah.
And then you swallowed.
I did swallow. It's a Mike's Hard Black Cherry Lemonade, and it's fucking yummy. I've had a stressful day.
Sweet tea. I'm on call. Tea?
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Eric, I got a question. How haram are you from the picture that I posted?
Oh.
So like for those who don't know, I posted this picture on our Facebook page that had a bunch of stuff on it. And, it's like if you've masturbated, if you've had premarital sex, if you've smoked dope, if you've listened to particular kinds of music. And I looked at it and I can say, I've done them all. Some of it multiple times. And so I thought you had them all. And apparently I was mistaken. I'm sorry I prejudged you, Eric.
It's fine. A lot of people judge me for a stoner for some reason. They're like, so you just look like a stoner?
And the problem with that would be what?
I don't know. I'm just like naturally chill, okay? But
no. Like there's this car that runs on like water.
Yeah, I have never gotten high before. Actually, I've never smoked weed or gotten high on any other substance really. So that's on my bucket list. I've decided this is a great segue.
Okay.
But before I segue, I would like to say, look, we make fun of other religions other than Christianity. Fuck all the gods. Okay, moving forward.
Okay, we can proceed on now.
So I went back to North Carolina last weekend, not this week, 2 weekends ago, whatever, and
something like that.
Yeah, I hit some I hit some people. No, I hit some items off of my bucket list because I have finally So alcohol really bothers me. The idea of alcohol bothers me. Being around people that drink bothers me. Me personally drinking bothers me. And it's been really bad in the past, and I've been trying to work through some of it and process some of it and get over it, right? So I finally got to the point where I could start drinking like 6 months ago or something, and I've had a couple ciders. I've never gotten drunk or anything until I went back to North Carolina and I was like, fuck it, it's time. You know, I felt it. I was like, it's definitely time now. And we went to this Mexican restaurant and I had my first shot of tequila, took it like a champ. I'm pretty sure it was a double shot. Anyway, it was a lot. Just straight down though. And I was so proud. And then
did you lick it, slam it, suck it?
No, it was just straight alcohol.
Really? If you're doing tequila shots, no lime?
No
you're
lime.
doing tequila shots, no lime, no
yeah.
no salt? What?
Nothing.
You're a fucking rock star, hardcore.
I am the hardest. Not just my dick. Anyway.
I was waiting for it.
Thanks. Everybody's waiting for my dick. Anyway.
They're waiting for the dick. Waiting for the giant D.
Oh my god.
But anyways,
segue.
Contrary to the popular song, Jose Cuervo is not my friend. Jose Cuervo is a motherfucker and will take your wallet.
You know, so we were gonna okay, so I had the one shot. I think it was a double shot, but that one at the restaurant. That was it. And then we were gonna go throw axes at this axe throwing place, but they were sold out. So I was like, hey, we have 10 minutes until the liquor store closes. Let's go get tequila so I can get drunk for the first time.
Tequila is not a bad thing to get drunk off of, but for your first one, that's a little bit rough. But you know, hey, what most people normally do, beer, because my first drunk was off of beer, a lot of beer.
Yeah, it takes a lot. That's what I'm thinking, because I don't know. I guess I don't know if my tolerance is high or like I don't know. I've had like several ciders. I've had like 4 or 5 ciders, and then I just feel like my stomach is burning, and I'm still like very aware of I'm like not drunk. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I've done that. Doesn't do anything for me really. And then I was like I did at least 9 shots. I think it was probably more like 11. I did over half a bottle. It was a very large bottle of tequila. So I got up to go to the bathroom. And I peed, and then I came back to the couch, and then I was like, oh my god. I looked at my friend and I was like, I'm not okay now.
It does that. When it finally hits you, it fucking hits you.
Yeah.
Did you get the root fins?
Oh my god. Well, my last shot, so 2 shots before my last one. I couldn't pour it into the shot glass anymore. I just spilled it everywhere. So I took that one, and then my last one I just took out of the bottle. I was like, why did I do that?
That's how you know when you're drunk, when you can't even pour a shot.
I know. He was like,
and so you're just like, fuck it.
I think you need to stop. I was like, no, I'm doing this right. I'm gonna do this right. Anyway. So then he brings me a trash bag, and then I'm in this position for literally 2 hours, vomiting a lot and crying a lot and laughing a lot. But pre that, I was like, this is the best night ever. I'm just so happy.
Spring break.
Oh my god. Anyway, it was great. It was really great. And I think it really helped me get over my fear of alcohol. To another degree. I still have some problems, and specifically like with vodka, because that's what my dad used to get drunk on, and he would just like down whole bottles every night. Anyway, so I'm really struggling actually even just saying that stuff out loud, but woo, sharing. So that's my next, I don't know if I probably whenever I can drink vodka and be okay, I'll probably be mentally better, but I cannot get there now. But I am going to drink tequila again next weekend, maybe. I don't know. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to try for like 1/3 of a bottle or 1/4 of a bottle, not a half a bottle.
You know, we need to get Bryce Blankenegel back on the show and roll some spliffs and talk about a universal basic living stipend. And that would be fun.
Yeah.
All 3 of us stoned talking about a basic living stipend. Oh my god. That would either be the best conversation to have or the worst one to listen to ever.
Oh my god, yeah, we should do one of the like a high/drunk episode. Also, yeah, later I want to try weed at some point. I don't know how it's gonna affect me, so I'm gonna try it and I'll let you know at some point. Yeah.
Sounds like fun.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I once drank like a bottle of peach schnapps, something like that. And I haven't had peach schnapps since. That was probably 25 years ago. the smell of it just makes me want to puke again. Maybe it's a psychological thing, but I've never had peach schnapps since.
So, I feel like if what I was drinking was flavored, I would not want that flavor either, but it was just straight tequila, so I don't know.
Straight tequila, especially good straight tequila, actually doesn't really have a flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course there's levels of tequila and grades of tequila. And so there's some really good ones out there. Just like there's some really good whiskeys and really good rums and blah, blah, blah. I'm just saying, I mean, there's levels of it. So like I've got a really great rum that I've got that's aged inside of a whiskey barrel. And it's so smooth. It's so good. And I love it. It's a great rum. Excuse me. So, but yeah, so that's just my favorite because I like rum. But I've mentioned that before. So, but anyways.
Yeah. Also in North Carolina, I spent a lot of time with my friends. And it was the first time ever that I've really, like, I was in a great place, like, mentally, I guess. And it was the first time I could ever really appreciate that my friends do really care about me. And I could actually feel that. So that was really nice. Because most of the time, my brain and whatever is like, damn it, everybody fucking hates you. Duh. No one actually cares about you. Logic over here is like, they're doing nice stuff for you. They're talking to you. They're obviously your friend. But my brain is like, nobody loves you. You should go die. So it was really nice not having that for like a couple of days, I could really appreciate my friends. And then I also got a new tattoo. Beautiful. Right on my chest.
It's amazing. Can you please describe it for the people listening to us on audio?
Yeah. So if you're listening on audio, you don't get to see my beautiful tattoo, but also if you're looking, it's like really bad quality. But it's the video picture, not my tattoo. My tattoo is great, but it's a globe with flowers, a traditional globe, and it shows Africa and South America on the globe, and it's just really nice, and it's itchy and still hurts. Basically, sorry.
I'm just saying, I really like it. I like the colors of it. It's really very colorful. But I see at least 4 colors in it. And what are those gardenias that are the flowers?
I don't know. They're just like the traditional flowers. Like I have one on my hand.
I'm just saying they're very pretty. They're really nice. They're well done. Mm-hmm. It looks like the lines are really good quality too. The straight lines are straight, and the curved lines look like they're actually like curved with, you know what I'm saying? Everything looks good, and I'm just saying it looks like it's a really great tattoo.
Yeah, it was a tough one, and it was 5 hours of tattoo time, so it was a lot, and it's on my lower neck and upper chest, so I was laying backwards with my head tilted down with the blood rushing to it. So I was I was nursing day 2 of this hangover. This hangover lasted for 2 days. I could hardly stand up for the first day, and I had to do a lot of driving and shit. It was a lot. I'm telling you. Woo! Anyway, so
did I tell you because for those who listen know that we've got our tattoos of our logo on our butts. So, anyways, I was actually thinking about getting another tattoo, and I was thinking about on my right forearm, right here on my right forearm. So you'd raise it. So you'd have to raise it to read it. Exactly. Kind of like yours that you got with like your Star Trek logo. But I was actually thinking about getting no regrets in it.
I like that.
Like intentionally misspelled no regrets. No regrets. Because for one, I think it's funny. And 2, I don't really have much in the way of regrets. There are some things that maybe I'd like to do over, 1 or 2, but for the most part, I'm really pretty comfortable with the stuff that I've done because I made those decisions with the best knowledge that I had at the time. And so I really don't have much in the way of regrets. Not much. I really don't. I mean, there are sometimes some things I wish I could have said a little bit differently and that kind of stuff. But as far as like most of my major actions and that kind of stuff, I really don't have any regrets. And I think the no regrets would be super fucking funny.
I think so too. And I think that's something that a lot of people that don't have tattoos, they're afraid they're going to regret getting a tattoo. And I think it's just hilarious and sad at the same time because look at me. I have so many tattoos and like, I don't regret any of them, and you before you get the tattoo, you're like, wow, I'm just going to see this every day. I'm going to think about it every day. And honestly, after you get a tattoo and it's healed, you're like, fuck, I don't ever think about it unless like it's right on your hand or something. And I do literally look at it every day, but I still don't think about it. It's just part of me now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
understand.
It just becomes part of who you are. And unless you get something really fucking stupid, like a dick on your face, I don't think you're going to regret it. That's all I'm saying. And I have a dick on my leg.
Actually did that? I think in like Sweden, there was a guy who actually had a dick tattoo.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, if that's what you're going for, maybe you won't regret that either. But I have a dick tattooed on me and I wouldn't regret, I wouldn't regret it. I don't regret this one, but I wouldn't say get one on your face.
So. Yeah. But if that's something you want to do, but then at the same time, you can be like, hey, look, man, you know, I was in my 20s. It was funny. I still find it funny. And I'm sorry if you're a stick in the mud and don't find it funny. That's not my fault. So
that's true. And everybody is always like, you're never going to get a job. And I'm like, bitch, I already have a job. Sorry, that was rude. But like,
yeah. You know, it's like there's some things that I've seen that I wouldn't do. Like the young woman who got like 75 stars tattooed on her face.
Yeah.
That was some years ago. But it's like, at first there was like she fell asleep in the chair and the guy just did it. And it came out that no, she was wide awake and sober and told the guy to fucking do it. So it's like, it wasn't the tattooist's fault. Don't blame your shitty ass fucking ideas on the tattooist.
Yeah.
You know, not on the artist, because they work hard at their craft. Most of them do. Yeah. So don't blame the fucking tattooist because you're an idiot.
Yeah. So, I love my tattoo artist. Also, every time I go in, I'm like, you see my new art?
Did you show anybody in North Carolina your butt tattoo, the fuck your god?
I showed my roommates. But I should have showed my parents. I usually do the shock factor of showing my parents, but there was already a lot happening, so didn't think about it. Next time I'm there. Anyway, do you have anything else to talk about? Because I have a lot to talk about myself, and I don't want to take the rest of the show. Did you freeze? Shoot. Well, maybe I'll just wait for you to come back on. And I could just talk while you're not there. But I have a lot of other stuff to talk about, so I need you to hurry back. All right. Well, I guess I'm just going to talk to myself because it looks like Matthew disconnected. So I'm just going to talk to you guys because I'm sure you super care about my life. Here's some updates. All right. So previously we've talked about the guy that lives near me that I gave notes to and stuff, and who I might have said we were going to fall in love, which was like a lot probably. And I probably went a little too far. But anyway, he got a boyfriend, so now I'm here alone again. That's fine. It's just very frustrating for me because I know, or I think I know, that if I had a dick and I was cisgender, that he would have probably at least considered dating me. But since I'm not, I'm too weird, or too much vagina having, or too whatever. And it's just really frustrating for me because I don't know. I personally feel like I'm a great person. I'm nice. I'm caring. I work every day to help people because that's what I'm passionate about. I'm an artist. I love hiking. I love cooking. I love spending time with people. I love writing notes for people and telling people how much I care about them and how awesome they are. And I just like doing nice stuff, and I have lots of goals in life. I am somewhat accomplished. I have a lot of things I struggle with, but I'm trying to like face those things, you know? And there's a lot of stuff that I still fuck up in life, and there's a lot of stuff that I still need to learn, but I am also only 24, and I have a lot to offer in any type of relationship that I'm in, whether that be friendship or friend with benefits or boyfriend. And I think I would be an awesome boyfriend. And that's just something I've been thinking about lately, is that I've never really been in a relationship where I got to be the boyfriend. And I was in a 1-year relationship after I started transitioning, but it was with someone that was not gay or even really bisexual. They were just straight / slightly confused or slightly open or whatever they were. And what ended up ending the relationship is that they figured out they're not attracted to guys as I started becoming more masculine. So I didn't even get to be the boyfriend in that relationship. I was just a companion or whatever I was. And I feel like I need a relationship where I get to be the boyfriend. I get to be masculine, even though I am really feminine and very, you know, I talk with my hands and I do really nice things. And I don't know. I love pink and purple and flowers and shit. Okay. But I need someone I can love, because I don't know, everybody needs somebody to love. You know what I mean? Everybody needs people that are in their lives that are supportive. And I have friends, and I'm super thankful for all my friends. And I probably ignore them more than I should, or I don't spend as much time with them as I should. And I moved away, so I can't spend time with most of them now. But I don't know. I am doing the best mentally I have ever done in my life. And that's not to say I'm not struggling still, because I'm going through a lot and I'm still figuring shit out. But I am at the best place I've ever been. I'm going to the gym regularly. I am doing a lot of good and healthy things. And I just wish I could find somebody to spend time with and do those things with and have sex with, because those things are important to me. And it's really frustrating because I have a lot of love to give and I don't have anyone to love me back. And I just don't know where to find people. And it's like all the interactions I fucking have with people. I'm on dating sites, I'm on hookup sites, I'm on anonymous, like secret website thing, or like not secret websites, but like this thing called Whisper, where you tell secrets and you just talk about how like I wish someone would date me or whatever the fuck you're looking for. I'm like on all these things and I can't find anybody. Half the interactions I have are just like shitty men being shitty men, basically, and they're like, "Oh, let me see your tits," or "Let me look at that naked body," and then like after you inevitably send a naked photo, they're like, "All right, ghosts," or like they try to hook up with you without actually putting anything into the discussion. Like, I'm not looking for a lot. I just want like a nice conversation. Maybe be classy and don't send me a dick pic at first. That'd be great. You know, just a few little tick marks to hit would be ideal. But that's fine. I'm just very frustrated, and I'm frustrated with my own body. Like I'm trying to embrace it, but yeah, like I have tits right now. I don't want them, but I have them, and I'm not gonna be able to get rid of them for at least another year. So that's just where I'm at. And if I have to wait another fucking year before I can find somebody that like will like me physically, that's really fucking frustrating. Yeah, I don't have a dick, and yeah, I want a dick, but I can't fucking get one, okay? That's just the fucking life I'm living in, and it's not fair. It's not fair for me. It's not fair for my potential partner. I can understand how it's confusing, and I'm not here to offer up a fucking solution. I'm just saying that I wish somebody would care about me as a person and see me as a guy and let me be their gay boyfriend. That's all I'm fucking saying. You know what I mean? I don't know. But as I continue transitioning, I realize how important my sexuality is to me. I realize how important my presentation is to me, and me being seen as a gay man and me being seen as a gay man's boyfriend or bisexual man's boyfriend or whatever. But I feel like it's going to be very important to me to be in a gay relationship, like a labeled gay relationship. So, yeah. Just want to say fuck you to all the guys that are assholes. Fuck you to all the guys that just send me dick pics. Fuck you to all the guys that don't want anything to do with me other than my vagina, fuck you for seeing me as a woman. Fuck you for just wanting to fuck me and not put anything else into it. Like, I am worth a conversation. I am worth cuddles. I am worth whatever the fuck I want. And if I just wanted sex, that's fine. I'm not judging anybody for what they want. I've just had sex with people. I've done a lot of things, okay? But I am ready for something with a little bit of substance. I'm lonely. I'm struggling. Just like everybody else. You know what I mean? So if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. I know you're struggling too. Literally everybody's struggling and it sucks. And we're all struggling with different shit. And I've realized that as I've gotten older too. We're all struggling forever. That's what life is. But it's kind of cool and it's kind of beautiful. And we're all on our own journey. And I'm really happy to be on my journey. And I'm glad you're listening and joining my journey too. So yeah, sorry you had to deal without Matthew for the end part of that. But thanks for listening to the update of my sad and lonely love journey. But eventually we'll find somebody, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, this weekend I'm going to go hiking by myself on my own journey because fuck you, everybody else that doesn't want to spend time with me and whatever else. Yes, I'm sure there's plenty of people that want to spend time with me. They just can't, whatever. But just fuck everybody. Fuck the world. And we're going to get through this together. It's going to be great. So thanks for listening. Until next time, this is Eric or Matthew. Bye.